Hey everyone, ready to dive in?
Let's go.
Okay, so today we're tackling a topic that's on a lot of people's minds.
Yeah.
Protecting those retirement savings from this sneaky thing we call inflation.
Yeah. It can be a real problem.
Especially here in Malaysia.
Absolutely.
We're going deep with this article from Money Moves Malaysia.
Oh, yeah. I read that one.
It's called Protecting Your Retirement Against Inflation in Malaysia's Economy.
Right.
Published just last month, December 2024.
Very relevant.
You know, everyone dreams of kicking back and enjoying those golden years.
Yeah.
But inflation can really mess things up if you're not careful.
It really can.
And you know what?
What?
This article pulls no punches.
Uh-huh.
It says straight up that many Malaysians are facing a tough truth. Their retirement savings might not be as safe as they thought.
Not good.
Yeah, it definitely grabbed my attention too.
I bet.
The article says inflation is eating away retirement savings.
Yikes.
That's a scary thought.
It is.
I mean, we all know inflation exists,
Right.
but to think it's actively shrinking your hard-earned nest egg,
It's happening.
that's unsettling.
For sure.
So help me out here.
Sure.
How does inflation actually work?
Okay, so think of it this way.
Okay.
Imagine you've got RM 100,000 saved today.
Nice.
Pretty decent chunk of change, right?
Yeah, sounds good.
But here's the catch.
Uh-huh.
Let's say inflation averages just 3% per year.
Okay.
In 20 years, you'll need almost RM 180,000 to have the same buying power.
Really?
Yeah, it's almost double.
Wow. That's a huge difference.
It is.
So even if my savings are growing, they might not be growing fast enough to keep up with rising prices.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
And the thing is, it's not just some future problem.
Right.
It's hitting Malaysians right now.
Oh, yeah.
Food prices, healthcare, housing,
Essentials.
all going up.
I've noticed that too.
It makes it tougher to maintain your lifestyle, especially in retirement.
Exactly. Tough to plan when everything keeps getting more expensive.
It is.
Okay, so inflation's a problem. We get it. But what can we actually do about it?
Good question.
This article mentions the EPF.
Right. The Employees Provident Fund.
And it calls it a failed attempt for some people.
That's a strong statement.
Yeah, seems pretty harsh.
Well, you know, the EPF is super important in Malaysia.
For sure.
A key part of retirement savings.
It is.
But the article makes a point.
Yeah.
Just relying on it might not be enough.
Not enough to what?
To beat inflation.
Ah, I see.
You got to remember, the average EPF return is around 5-6%.
Okay, that's not terrible.
It's not bad, but it might not always be higher than inflation.
So it's not a guarantee.
Not at all.
We can't just assume our EPF savings will keep up with those rising prices.
Nope. Gotcha. And it gets even trickier
How's it?
when you consider premature withdrawals.
Right. Taking money out early?
Yeah, the article says a lot of people do that.
After age 55.
Especially then.
I can see why. Needing extra cash.
But the thing is, doing that too early can really shrink your retirement funds.
It's like spending your retirement money before you're even retired.
Exactly.
That's a good way to put it.
And then there are people without EPF contributions at all.
Like who?
Self-employed individuals.
Oh, right.
People who haven't contributed consistently.
They're in an even tougher spot
For sure.
when it comes to building a retirement nest egg that can handle inflation.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we're seeing the problem here.
Yeah.
Inflation can eat away at our savings, and just relying on the EPF might not be enough.
Nope.
But the article doesn't just leave us hanging, does it?
No way.
There's got to be something we can do
There is.
to protect ourselves.
Absolutely.
What strategies does it offer?
Well, it gives some solid advice
Let's hear it.
on how to fight back against inflation
Okay.
and build a stronger retirement plan.
Okay. Give you the good stuff.
So one of the key takeaways is diversification.
Diversifying what?
Your investments.
Okay, so not putting all my eggs in one basket.
Exactly.
Instead of just the EPF.
Yeah.
What else is there?
The article suggests things like unit trusts, stocks and bonds.
Wait, stocks?
Yeah.
Isn't that risky for retirement money?
Well, there's always some risk
True.
with any investment, but diversification helps.
Helps how?
It spreads the risk.
Makes sense.
And stocks have the potential for higher returns.
Over the long term.
Yeah, which can help you beat inflation.
So stocks for growth potential. Got it.
Exactly.
What about bonds?
Bonds are less volatile than stocks.
Okay.
They can provide steady income.
So they're safer.
They're considered safer, especially as you're in your retirement.
So a mix of stocks and bonds.
Makes sense, right?
Yeah, I like the balance.
It's a good strategy.
What else does the article recommend?
Another big point is about property investments.
Okay, property in Malaysia.
It can be a good investment,
Yeah, for sure.
but it's not always a sure thing.
I've heard stories
Yeah.
of people draining their EPF to buy property.
Yeah, and then struggling.
Not good.
That's exactly what you want to avoid.
Right.
The article really emphasizes affordability.
Buying what you can afford.
Yes, and aligning investments with your long-term goals.
So not just jumping on the property ladder because everyone else is doing it.
Exactly. It's about being strategic.
Okay, so be smart about property. Don't overextend yourself.
That's the key.
Makes sense.
What else?
Yeah, what else should we be thinking about?
Well, this might seem simple,
Okay.
but the article talks about increasing your EPF contributions.
Okay, if you can afford it.
If you can, even a small increase helps,
Over time.
especially over time.
Because of compounding.
You got it.
Refresh my memory. How does compounding work again?
It's like earning interest on your interest.
They always forget that.
The longer your money is invested, the more it grows.
And that growth speeds up over time.
Exactly.
So the earlier we start boosting those EPF contributions, the better.
The sooner the better.
All right, compound interest. Got it.
And this actually connects to another important point.
Which is,
Financial literacy.
you mean like understanding how money works?
Yeah, actively learning about managing your money.
Okay, that makes sense.
The article really emphasizes that.
So we need to take charge of our financial education.
Absolutely.
Learn about inflation, investments, retirement planning,
The whole 9 yards.
so we can make informed decisions.
Right.
Knowledge is power. I like that.
It really is.
Okay, so we're talking about diversifying investments,
Yeah.
being strategic with property,
Mm-hmm.
boosting EPF contributions,
Yep.
and taking charge of our financial education.
Real important.
Anything else?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay, what else?
The article stresses avoiding premature EPF withdrawals.
Right, leaving that money to grow.
As tempting as it might be to access it early,
It is tempting.
it's crucial to let it grow as much as possible.
It's like resisting the urge to eat the cookie dough.
Haha.
Yeah, before it's baked.
Exactly.
Patience is key.
When it comes to retirement savings, absolutely.
Speaking of being prepared,
Yeah.
the article also mentions planning for healthcare costs.
Oh, that's a big one,
Yeah, can't forget about those.
especially in retirement.
They can get pretty scary.
Healthcare gets more expensive every year.
Definitely something to consider.
You got it.
Okay, this is all great advice.
Glad you think so.
I feel like we're getting a handle on these financial challenges,
Good to hear.
but I'm curious,
About what?
is inflation the only thing we need to worry about for retirement planning?
That's a great question.
Or are there other financial pitfalls we should be aware of?
You're right. Inflation isn't the only culprit.
It's not.
The article actually talks about other common mistakes
What kind of mistakes?
that can sabotage retirement plans.
Even if we're fighting inflation.
Even then,
Ooh, this is getting interesting.
you bet.
Tell me more about these financial faux pas.
Okay, first up,
Yeah.
overspending on housing.
Okay, housing is a big expense.
It is. It's tempting to want a spacious home,
I get it.
but stretching yourself too thin financially
Yeah.
can leave you with little for saving and investing.
So even if we want a comfortable home, good intentions and all,
Right.
we could actually be hurting our long-term finances.
You could,
That's something to think about.
for sure.
What else?
Then there's debt.
Ugh, debt. Everyone's favorite.
Right.
I know people who are drowning in credit card debt.
It's a real struggle.
It is,
The article emphasizes avoiding unnecessary debt.
especially high-interest debt, like credit cards,
Exactly. It can really eat into your income.
and make saving for retirement much harder.
Exactly.
So we need to watch our spending habits
Yes.
and avoid racking up unnecessary debt.
That's the key.
Makes sense.
Anything else we should be watching out for?
Yeah, what else?
You familiar with the term lifestyle inflation?
Lifestyle inflation. That sounds kind of fancy.
It's a sneaky one.
What does that mean?
It's when our spending increases as our income grows.
Oh, I think I've done that.
We get a raise or a promotion,
Yeah.
and suddenly we think we can afford more.
The nicer car, the fancy vacations.
Yep, the expensive clothes, it all adds up.
Oh, I'm guilty of that for sure.
But the danger is,
Yeah.
if your spending keeps up with your income, you're not saving.
It's like running on a treadmill,
That's a great analogy.
putting in the effort, but not getting anywhere.
Exactly.
So how do we break free from that treadmill?
how do we resist lifestyle inflation?
Right. Good question.
Well, the article has some ideas.
What are they?
One is to set clear financial goals.
I can try that.
Make them specific, measurable.
So not just save more money,
Right, be more specific.
like save RM 5,000 this year.
For your retirement, exactly.
Having a target helps. For sure.
It keeps you focused.
It's like having a destination on a map.
I like that.
You know where you're going and how to get there.
Perfect.
Okay, specific goals, got it.
Then the article recommends automating your savings.
Automating?
Set up a system.
Okay. Where part of your income goes straight to savings or investments each month?
Automatically.
Yeah, before you can spend it.
It's like tricking yourself into saving.
That's the idea.
You don't even see the money.
So you're less tempted.
Smart.
Another tip is to be mindful of your spending triggers.
My spending triggers.
What makes you spend more?
Let me think.
Is it social media?
Maybe.
Friends who love to shop?
Oh, definitely them.
Once you know your triggers,
Yeah.
you can find ways to avoid them.
Or at least minimize their impact.
Right.
So it's about awareness.
Being aware of your spending habits
Yeah.
and making choices about where your money goes.
Conscious choices.
Exactly.
Okay, I can try to do that.
And that brings us to budgeting.
Ugh, budgeting, not my favorite.
I know, but it's important.
What's so great about a budget?
It's just a plan for your money.
Oh,
Helps you track income and expenses.
to see where my money's going.
Yeah, and make adjustments.
It's like a money roadmap. It can be a powerful tool.
But only if you use it.
Right, you got to actually stick to it.
I'm bad at that.
It's not enough to just make it and forget it.
I know.
You need to review it regularly
Yeah, regular.
and make adjustments.
Okay, adjustments.
It's an ongoing process.
So budgeting is a journey, not a destination.
Exactly.
But it shouldn't feel like deprivation, right?
Right, it's about making conscious choices.
To achieve your financial goals.
Yeah, if a new phone matters to you,
It does.
factor it into your budget, find ways to save elsewhere.
So it's about balance.
Finding a balance that works for you.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Now, we've talked about managing spending, avoiding lifestyle inflation.
Yep.
But what about people with tight budgets?
Right. Not everyone has extra money to save.
That's true.
Some people are struggling to make ends meet right now.
The article addresses that too.
It does.
It talks about those without EPF contributions,
Oh, like self-employed people?
them and others in the informal sector.
Right. Not everyone has a traditional job
Those folks often face unique challenges.
when it comes to retirement planning.
Exactly. The lack of a structured plan like the EPF
Yeah.
can make it even more daunting.
So what can they do?
The article stresses a personal retirement plan.
Like a DIY plan,
Kind of.
tailored to your specific needs.
Exactly.
That sounds like more work.
It might be.
But it's crucial for those without the EPF safety net.
It is.
What else does it suggest?
It recommends seeking advice.
From who?
A financial advisor
Okay, a professional.
who can help navigate retirement planning.
Having an expert in your corner can make a difference,
It can be really helpful.
especially if you're feeling lost or
Absolutely.
unsure where to start.
For sure.
So regardless of income,
Yeah.
financial education is key.
The article emphasizes that a lot.
Knowledge is power, right?
It empowers people.
To make informed choices.
Exactly.
The more you understand about budgeting, saving, investing
The better equipped you are,
for retirement planning.
no matter where you're starting from.
So even if you're facing financial challenges now, taking the time to learn and make a plan
Makes a huge difference.
in the long run,
It does.
that's good to hear.
And the good news is there are tons of resources out there,
Right.
online and offline.
To help people.
Yeah, improve their financial literacy,
Like what?
websites, books, workshops.
Even podcasts like this one.
Exactly.
You know what? This conversation has really opened my eyes.
In what way?
Retirement planning.
Yeah,
It's not something you can just put off.
absolutely not.
The choices we make today,
They matter
they impact our future.
big time.
That's a powerful thought.
It is.
Okay, everyone, we've covered a lot of ground.
We have.
Thank you for watching. If you found this information helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with anyone who might benefit. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.